Hi, it's Dave Walters from Hydrogen Water Solutions, and in this next 2-minute segment I want to answer a question that some of our customers have posed, and that's how is the hydrogen made? Well, I'm sure you remember back to your high school science classes when you probably did an experiment about the electrolysis of water. You put 2 electrodes in some water, you put a power supply on it, and when you turned the power on, bubbles formed at the electrodes. At one you were getting hydrogen, at the other you were getting oxygen. Well, that's pretty much the same technology that we're using with our water bottle. It's a bit more advanced to that. What we've basically got is a fuel cell. You may have heard of these things. In a fuel cell, you put hydrogen and oxygen in, they burn together, and they give you water and energy out. Well, we're just doing the backwards of that. We put power and water in, and we get hydrogen and oxygen out. But what we do, which is a bit more clever, is we use a thing called a solid polymer electrolyte. Now what this means is we can use any water source, tap water, filtered water, bottled water, or even reverse osmosis water, then we can still make hydrogen, which is a big advantage of this unit. And the other technology we use is a thing called a proton exchange membrane. Now this is really important because what it does, it separates the electrodes. So the hydrogen that's generated goes into the water, and the hydrogen going into the water is 99.9% pure. But the other products, the oxygen, potentially chlorine if you're using tap water, possibly ozone, and any other impurities can't pass through the membrane. So that means that they can't get into the water. So the water that you're drinking from our water bottle is pure hydrogen water. There's no other contaminants, which you may find in the older style units. So that really sums up the way the hydrogen is done. And because we're using this technology, the solid polymer electrolyte and the proton exchange membrane, we're creating about 1.3 parts per million with a 7-minute process. And that's a really good figure because hydrogen, the maximum hydrogen you can dissolve in water is 1.6 parts per million. So we're pretty close to the maximum you can get, and we can create that in just 7 minutes. So I hope that's answered your question. If you have any more questions, please feel free to connect with us through our website, www.thehydrogenedge.com. Thanks very much.